Hey, welcome into shop. FG here. So today we're going to test out a couple. We'll see how many we use. 3/4 inch pours for the 1 ounce channel rounds. But I'm also going to do some bar pours. We have a sister's bar that my wife is commissioning. And we also had a request for an Ark of the Covenant with the 10 Commandments pour. So I'm doing that pour. And depending on time, I might try another pour. What do you guys think about an Imperial Credits bar pour? Anybody out there be interested in having something that's I'm going to say maybe a bit over, it'll be over 1 ounce. But maybe I'll pour one and we'll see what it comes in on weight. I did not alter the thickness on this, though I could. Anyways, let me know if you think you might be interested in a Imperial Credits pour. So that's where we're at. I'm going to get the molds ready and we'll be back. All right, we are molten and ready to go. Looks like both bars may have come out good. All right, we'll be back in a second. All right, so I took a second to drop some sand down into the bottom of those. We're going to pour here one at a time. And we'll just see if they turn out. If they don't turn out, then we'll go back to the other dimension and we'll just melt these down. See that this isn't going to work at this dimension. There's too much wood in contact on the sides and it's causing it to pop. So you can see a little bit of silver popped out there. And that means that my bar is probably going to be less than 1 ounce. We'll check it out and see. We'll be back. So I haven't weighed it yet, but I did go ahead and press it just to see. And I think I do like this diameter. So I just have to figure out how to get it. And I am thinking with a little chunky chunky round like this, that I may do the hammered edges on these also. But yeah, I think that turned out more like what I was envisioning. So, but maybe do the hammered edges on it. But what do you think? You like the smaller chunky rounds? Let me know below. Alright, so this one looks like it turned out pretty good. I think that'll clean up nice. This one, while it mostly poured okay, where the sprue is, it didn't really work out. You can see it's kind of slanted up in, didn't pour quite right there. So this one, I'm going to have to re-pour them since that one's for an upcoming gift. I think I'll go ahead and get that one poured today. So we'll be back for a second pour. All right, so we're ready. We only got one mold to pour. The Imperial Credit Mound, I'll show you after, didn't want to pour, so we got the sister's bar, and then we're going to put the rest into the tree of life. All right. And a partial. So I poured this bar from the other side this time, so that the sprue is at the top. It's not as thick as it was at the bottom, but that way if I have to sand it down or do something with it, it's not down where the words are. That looks like it poured okay. So I'll take it in and brush it. But I think that looks pretty good this time. We have a remelt, and that one got a little bit of a indent on the edge there. You know, I bet that's where the torch was really kind of hitting it. Not really happy with that. I think maybe I'll weigh this to see what it ended up being, but I'll probably re-pour that one also. So back in a bit. All right, so before doing anything else to this one, I thought I'd weigh it here. I'll take a look. So tare. We're actually at 1.011. So maybe I will keep this one and we'll do a hammered edge on it and see how it turns out. This one I know is going to be heavy. It is kind of chunky. And that one's at 2.468. So I probably won't keep this one, but if you're actually interested in it, so almost 2.5 ounces, let me know. I might be able to tone it. I'm waiting for a new stamp to come in so I can stamp the star on there. But if there's no interest in that, this will go back in the remelt pile. And that's all right. I said I'd show you why I didn't pour the Imperial credit bar, and this is why. So it wouldn't have gotten any details except for maybe one spoke there at the top. I think the details are too deep on this bar, and this new sand I got is really sticky. So I think I'm going to go back to the printer and print this a little bit less sharp relief and see if that works out better. So that's why we didn't get that bar. The other bars turned out pretty good. We've got them all cleaned up. We'll head inside and tone them. And I did get the, let's see, where'd it go? Oh, I left it inside. I got the edges hammered on the round. I did go ahead and buff this up in case somebody thinks that they might like 2.5 ounces. Well, almost 2.5 ounces. We'll go ahead and tone it and see how it turns out. So we'll be back in a minute to do the toning. All right. So really hot water just came out of the Keurig. And I have a couple of the other rounds here so you can kind of see this is the size difference between the three.
Under the moonlight, I walk a room and free a bag of silver shining just for me. Liberty whispers through the ancient trees, echoes alive.
All right, welcome back in. So this is how the Tree of Life has turned out so far. It's still a little bit wet from rinsing it. I think I'll leave it sit and see just how it turns out. I think I'm going to try pouring the Tree of Life again without the torch actually going right on the back of the metal. I think that that's the torch doing this to me. So there's the silver Tree of Life, and then we ended up with pretty nicely understated, toned, antiqued Ark of the Covenant with the Ten Commandments, and at least at one point the other items in the Ark were the container of manna and Aaron's budding rod. That's what those other two items in the front are supposed to be. Just a nicely understated toned, just brings out the detail in it, some more of a almost like a charcoal graphite toning. And then here is my wife's sister's bar. I think it ended up turning out really pretty nice. She was really happy with the dark colors behind it. And then for the rounds, so remind you, like, this is the prototype round. So it's prototype 2. That back there was prototype 1. So prototype 2, 1 ounce. And you can kind of see the size of it there. This is number 1 of the numbered bars, and it's slightly smaller in diameter. So you can see that, slightly smaller in diameter. And then what I tried today is even slightly smaller in diameter, so it makes it a chunky 1 ounce. So these are all 1 ounce. And you can see the difference in the edges. So this is a chunky little one. I did a hammered edge on it. Number 4, 2025, 1 ounce. So it actually comes in at 1.01 ounces, but I'm just going to mark them as 1 ounce. So that's our 3 sizes. I also retoned this one, number 2. I guess we'll see how the toning holds on this one. The last one I toned that had the vibrant colors, the color didn't hold very well on it. So we'll leave that one sit there for a few days and see how it turns out. Anyways, that's our Sunday. 3 pours plus a new channel round. Let me know what you think of the smaller size versus the other sizes. And that'll be it for today. So I'll be posting this Monday morning. You'll see it then, and then we'll be back later in the week with probably some more world coins. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching, spending some of your time with me, and appreciate any comments that you leave me, especially about the channel rounds, and let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.